Hi there, Aquarius. It's the Scorpio Stellium. We're going to take a look at your predictions for the week of December 13th. We're almost over this year of 2020. Are you excited? Because I am. At the end of this reading, we're going to pick a card for what message you need to hear this week. So hang on until that part. So remember, this is a general reading, and you also will not always resonate with your sun sign. So if this does not resonate, I do encourage you to check out your moon and rising. If you don't know what they are, you can check them on any astrological natal chart calculator. I have one linked in the description if you want to use that one, or anyone that you like. Okay, let's take a look at what we have going on. Reverse Five of Pentacles, reverse Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. Okay, this is talking about somebody who was offering you love or an offer of affection, somebody that you had feelings for. There was a romantic situation that in the past seemed to be a neglected kind of thing. You know, somebody was neglected, somebody was abandoned, somebody felt pushed out, and it has to do with immaturity. So the reverse Page of Pentacles is talking about somebody who doesn't want to learn. And when we see that next to the Knight of Cups, we're saying somebody emotionally immature. In a relationship, they're just not ready for all of the things that you have to do, the introspection that comes with relationships. You know, relationships are not about making somebody else change. They're about fixing our own stuff. And this individual was not able to do that. So it seems like this person is sort of still in the mix somewhere. There's still some connection that you have with this individual. So they may be showing up here soon. You may be getting a phone call or a text, or you may already know that they're kind of in and out of your life. It is this sort of in and out game going on. The next line, we have the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. Even though there's not trust here, that's the Seven of Swords. It's talking about deception and selfishness and, you know, lies, really. Even though there's not a lot of trust here, having this Queen of Swords in the middle is, it may be that they don't trust you, it may be that you don't trust them. It can go both ways, but there seems to be some contemplation over, is there a shot here? Is there another chance? Is this an opportunity that we should seize upon? One person is sitting there trying to figure this out, and they're ignoring the fact that in the past, there was this deception. There were these things that were not, they weren't right. There was no trust. There were lies. There could even have been cheating. So there's like I said, there's an ignoring. And I'm going to be really honest and tell you how the cards are laid out. And keep in mind that these things could go both ways. But the Seven of Swords is showing up here behind the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is looking at the Ace of Pentacles. Well, the sword cards are air, so this would apply to you. And so it's showing that you are ignoring what happened before. You have your back turned to it. You're ignoring all of the bad things that happened, and you're focused on a new opportunity. You're like, okay, this could be fine, right? Then this last line here, the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the reverse Queen of Wands. This feels to me like you're holding on to it, or somebody is holding on to it. And I do think it's you, because it's still talking, it goes straight from this Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords you are looking at, to the Four of Pentacles. So it does feel like it's you here holding on to this opportunity, because Four of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, holding on to the hope that something could reignite, something could go differently. And then the Queen of Wands here at the end. That's interesting, because that is an energy that's catty, that is backbiting, negative, kind of rough. It's a rough kind of figure there. So it's interesting seeing her, and I'm going to clarify that and kind of get more information about that individual. We'll do that first. Clarified by the Four of Wands. Okay, I think somebody's hearing some information, because I have Four of Wands and Six of Pentacles. I think somebody's hearing information about, they're getting advice that about this situation, that the way it's being conveyed is not very nice. Okay, the way, it may be good advice, but the way it's being told is like, I don't know, it's negative. It comes across as like being jealous, or being, you know, envious, bitter. It's just kind of a bitter energy. So it may be that you or the other person are getting some type of interference from this Queen of Wands person that it's not really for your benefit, or the way that they're approaching it's not for your benefit. My thoughts here would be to keep your own counsel in this situation. I wouldn't necessarily ask anybody else's advice about it. I would really just think about what you know to be true. So let's go ahead and look at this first line. We'll talk about what happened between the two of you and the immaturity here of this individual. Okay, the Emperor, the reversed Seven of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles reversed. This looks like, because of the Emperor, that there were some boundaries that were laid down, okay? Like you probably came at this having some boundaries or some power, really. I mean, there is a level of commanding energy about the Emperor. It's in charge. It's an individual that does not just get kicked around lightly. And then having this next to reverse Seven of Swords and Eight of Pentacles reversed as well, this is telling me that they didn't like that. They didn't want to put the work in. They didn't want to fight for it because it seemed like it was too difficult, or like they were not going to get their way. So that's when this person gave up. And I think that did make you feel a little abandoned, okay? There is certainly abandonment within this. And at the root of it, it's talking about how this, at the base of it, that they just didn't want to work hard enough for it. They didn't want to put the work in. The Knight of Cups, okay. So here we're offering, this individual, there's an offer of love, okay? There's affection on the table. It feels physical to me, okay? I'm going to be honest. Intuitively, this feels like something that somebody wants physicality from. The Moon, so we've got deception again, and then the reverse Strength card. Their heart isn't in it. Okay, that's what I think that needs to be said about it. And you know what? I'm actually going to talk about this more in the extended reading, about what's going on with this person, why they're coming back in, what their intentions are, really. But just the little peek of it here is talking about their heart not really being in it. So why are they doing that? That's what we're going to find out more in the extended. So let's go ahead and look at your thoughts about this. Reverse Wheel of Fortune, reverse Two of Swords, reverse the Sun. I think you realize this is not really a good thing, but it doesn't seem to matter to you right now. It's like you have your feeling about it. You know, okay? But for some reason you're still looking at it and going, but maybe it'll be different this time around. It's like you're ignoring your intuitive feeling about it because you want it to be different. Eight of Cups. So because you had to walk away from it before, it makes you want to circle back around. It makes you want to see if things are going to come out differently for you guys this time. The Eight of Cups, it's like when you walked away from it, you really didn't want to. You were really invested in it emotionally. It was somebody you really cared about. And now you're like, oh, maybe the time is right now. Maybe they're different. Maybe things have changed. That's the kind of feeling that I'm getting here. Four of Pentacles, holding on to it. Holding on to the opportunity. I think just the opportunity feels good to you. The fact that they are presenting themselves again in your life feels good to you. Reverse Six of Cups. Reverse Prince of Pentacles. Looking back on the past and about how it didn't move forward. So again, that's like I said, because you didn't get the chance before, and those memories have stayed with you. That feeling has stayed with you. Like I said, sometimes we want something just because we experienced it before. We forget about the why we left it behind, why it didn't work out, and we focus on just the good stuff, right? Or the stuff that we want to go back to. Time is a thing we cannot ever go back to. You can revisit a place, you can revisit a person. You can't revisit exactly how things were, because you can't revisit time. At least not in this realm. Queen of Pentacles, reverse Prince of Cups, reverse Five of Pentacles. This is the shot, you say. This is the shot, you say, that their offer, what they want from you is different. This is going to move forward, right? They're going to want to get into a long-term relationship. They're going to want to give me the commitment. They're not going to cheat on me. They're not going to put me last. They're not going to abandon me this time. That's what you think. That's the story that you're telling yourself. But you know differently. You do. It's just not, you're trying to ignore the red flags, right? That's what you're doing here. You're trying to just ignore the red flags about it. Let's go ahead and do your pick a card. Let's see what message you need to hear right now. You're going to pick cards 1 through 3. Remember, if you do want more information about this situation coming up, check out the extended reading linked below. Okay, I have cards 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, the message for card 1, the 4 of Swords. This is not a time for action. This is a time of contemplation, a time of self-care, a time of respite and relaxation. You do not need to make any choice. Just because a choice is presented to you does not mean that you need to actually make one. Sometimes people will give you an offer or an opportunity and you say, wait, because if it's meant for you, it will be there. The universe will bring it back around to you. So you don't have to stress about it. But this is actually a time to just pause and do that self-care, do that rest, do the meditations, okay? For card number 2, I have the 2 of Wands. This is actually different. This is a time to plan. This is a time to make a plan and draw it up, figure out how you're going to move along, how you're going to move into the future. And this means that those plans that you're making, you're going to be building a foundation for something. So it's time to do some planning. It's time to do some research. It's time to, get to work about whatever you're passionate about. For card number 3, the 2 of Pentacles. The 2 of Pentacles is about balance, finding the right balance in your life. This is probably coming up because you have some imbalances between work, between your home life, your personal life, your friends, your family, your love, your money, whatever. And you need to find a better balance right now to restore your inner sanctuary, your inner peace and calm. So I appreciate you watching, Aquarius. I'll see you again next week.